All right.
What is up? What is up?
What's up, everybody? I know it's a little bit later start than we planned. Had to answer a quick call for my moving company. Just truckers being truckers and trying to have perfect times. So, but as we let everyone come in, trickle in, and get started, we are going to have a lot of fun things to talk about. But the main point being that this is the perfect time to really get into crypto and start dollar cost averaging in. But welcome in everybody as you're joining in. My name's Sal. We got Cody here on the line, and we are part of Simply Investing with our crypto morning chat every morning, Monday through Friday. We on 8:30 Central Time. We also are live on Sundays with What's in Your Portfolio at 9 a.m. Central Time. And we do a Wednesday night live Q&A once a week. But thank you guys for joining. Really appreciate all the likes and support. Definitely, if you guys can keep the likes coming and keep the shares coming. And as always, keep in mind it's an open forum. So ask your questions about investing, stocks, crypto, real estate, business. We'll try our best to answer all those questions as quickly as you can. And do keep in mind, if we do miss your comment, we do apologize. Sometimes you guys kind of comment really fast. So, and we don't have our moderators in just yet, but we will try to get to everybody. I will be pinning the link to join the live if you want to come on live on our channel on all channels, and if you want to speak your thoughts, you definitely can. We appreciate anyone that does that. And of course, if you want to do some more private questions, reach out to us on Facebook and message us there, and we can answer your questions privately if you'd like. Or on Instagram. So you don't have to air out your anythings. So we got a quick question here from Levon. Have a quick question. Can an NFT be deleted?
No,
I don't think so because it's registered to the blockchain.
it can't be deleted. Now there are rug pull NFT projects that will send um, for example, false transactions to your address. They'll send weird stuff to your
Hmm.
address. There's a lot of malicious smart contracts out there too. So an NFT could come with a bad smart contract. So you got to watch out pretty much what NFT project you're investing in.
Hmm.
I don't like NFTs though. That's me. I'm okay. I take that back. It's not that I don't like NFTs. I just don't buy any. I'd rather put my money in the currency.
Exactly. And welcome in, Freedom Fighter. Glad to have you in here. Welcome back to the stream. Always appreciate your support. And hope that answers your question, Levon. You're welcome. And we do appreciate your support and everything. Really want to get a quick chance in. I did want to go over just real quick, just to show you guys, we do have our Patreon. It's $3 to just become the beginner package, so you can get all of our live posts and things like that. I post all the buy alerts, video drops, and everything like that, as well as if you want to do it, you can join there to sign up for the one-on-one consultation for your business, for real estate, for portfolio management, and ask me any questions that you may think that you need help with growing your wealth and everything. But we also are going to have more exclusive content on there, as well as I did secure 2 people for interviews. I'm not going to release their names yet till the videos are done and all that fun stuff. But we're hoping to get more and more for that, and hopefully we can really grow that part for you guys and give you some great content there as well. We also on there also have the Discord server. Our moderators are all going to get sent the link to it, as well as I did. Cody also has an invite for that as well. You guys can ask. That comes with the basic level Patreon, and guys can ask all questions, and it's kind of like a live chat. We're always on there to talk and help you guys, or at least one of us is. But really appreciate you. So thank you, Levon, for the follow, and also a shout out to you. I learned I was an artist about a year and a half ago. They told me to make it NFTs, epic fail. Well, it was just sometimes the hypes happen and people want to get in early and try to make some quick money. But other than that, I think there's a good potential use for NFTs as far as like promotional products. There's definitely good case use for healthcare in making your all your healthcare information as an NFT. Um, you can. There's a lot of other cool things. Like I know that Michael Jordan is working and whoever he's working with getting an NFT to launch on the XRP Ledger network for his Jordan collection. So every time you buy a Jordan, you get a specific NFT to that.
That would be cool.
So I don't. It's not firm yet, but it seems like that's going to be a possibility, a strong possibility today, in the next coming years, and that's what really is starting to spark my interest
And
in.
not only that, the fact that you get like, let's say you buy Jordans from the Nike website, right? And that's the only way you could get the NFT, buying off the Nike site. Because how that would happen, in my view, is they put a smart contract in. Every time you buy a shoe, the smart contract, they ask you for your blockchain address and you get the NFT. The reason why that sounds like a good idea is because of authentication purposes. Do you realize how having an NFT of a Nike sneaker of a Jordan, if you have the NFT because you have to buy it from Nike to get it, that would authenticate the shoe. Meaning, if you're trying to sell the shoe, you can show the NFT to the people you're selling it to because they know you got it from Nike.
Exactly. And shout out to freedom fighters. Staking contexts are also used as NFTs to make them tradable. Yep, exactly. And it's a good thing to make certain things tradable and transferable. And that's pretty much what's going to happen probably to the title industry with real estate and all of that fun stuff. And
Like,
so
think
there's,
about this.
mhm,
Oh, I'm sorry if I interrupted you, but the sneaker, a lot of people's general view on NFTs are bad right now. But if you could get somebody on board like the sneaker community, Nike doing that, and the fact that having that NFT will authenticate your shoe, like so many people would appreciate that. That would not be a bad thing because fake sneakers are a problem. Replicates, fake shoes
mhm,
are a problem right now.
exactly. And counterfeits in like luxury brands are at an all-time high over the last
NFTs could seriously help out with it.
yep, it could add another level of authentication for those products. Um, and that's why I say that there's still so much room and growth for what this market is. You just got to look in the right areas and not view things as a certain quick scheme or as a utility usage. I do
The
apologize.
way
As
I
it's kind of like in my eyes here, so just gonna have to bear with me there. I'm gonna try and stay out of it for the time being. But go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry.
The way I see it is most cryptos are vaporware. Most cryptos we do not use on a day basis. Now,
Hmm.
Bitcoin and Ethereum, if you're a blockchain nerd, you're going to use Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, but most of these projects, most people are not going to use. Now, for example, Quant,
Hmm.
one of the reasons why I like Quant is because you have to, again, me talking about Quant every stream, but you can use the QNT token for licensing fees, and you have to have the QNT token to use over Ledger. That's why I like it. Um, Ethereum, you have to use it for the NFT market for decentralized apps. You have to think what what use case does the token bring? You know, you don't want something like Hex to where you're just buying the token because you're in a cult. You know, XRP, a lot of people call XRP cult members, but XRP does have a use case. So
Exactly. So that's where I think the foundation begins with our rapid growth, where everything is like we're starting to get more and more utility use cases for a lot of the tokens that were kind of projects are coming to fruition. Things are starting to become a reality, and the market's going to start changing and adapting to it. But speaking of the market, we're going to go over quickly where we're at right now. As you can see here, Bitcoin's up about a little over 1%. Ethereum pretty flat at it's staying in the 1700 range again. XRP down almost 2%. We got Solana up almost 2%. We have Litecoin down 0.5%. Matic down a little less than 0.5%. Then we have Cosmos about 1.5%. Chainlink about the same thing, about 1.5%. Hedera about 1.5% up. And of course, we have Quant pretty flat, still hovering around $100, switching back and forth between $99 and a little over almost $101. So everything's kind of stayed flat overnight, and it seems like we're going to be heading in the right direction. Therefore, another either we're going to start trading sideways, or we're going to start going on a steady decline for a little bit. But shout out to Freedom Fighter. Hex has staking like time deposit and has penalties to pay out to stakers when you end early. There are trillions in traditional CDs today. Oh, that is true. I didn't know Hex had like a time deposit
They
staking.
do, but here's the thing: that their staking reminds me of a Ponzi scheme. Just the way their staking is set up, that's a Ponzi scheme. You get a penalty for early withdrawals, and you get promised this yield. Go on Richard Hart's website, and he talks about being a good cause for the universe and how much money he's given away, and he talks about how much money you can make from the project. It all just rings red flags, and the fact that people are just following this man Richard Hart and calling him amazing, and it just blows my mind. Like, people will find out one day that Hex is no good. That's just my opinion.
And that could be very well. That it could be very true. But right
Just
now,
give it time.
I'm not really into the hex verse as much. But I will try to keep up on reporting on it. But keep in mind, guys, a lot of you guys do. You haven't. There's a lot of stuff that you got to do a lot of research on, and there's no way for anyone to really keep up on
I
it.
went on a 2 hour research train on Hex yesterday because I was like, dude, like, this just reminds me of a Ponzi scheme, but let me keep doing research. And I kept digging and digging. I don't like how the staking is set up, and a lot of other people don't either. And just Richard Hart in general, like how if you go on his website, you'll understand. And then he posted a video of him fixing a toilet for his mom. I was like, what's the point of putting that on your personal website? The fact that you helped your mom makes you this good person.
Yeah, well, the Cody does make some valid points there. I would say I saw a video that he was on. Shout out to the Fresh and Fit podcast, but he was on there with a couple other guys. So I think I'm gonna watch that video because I think it's about like 2.5 hours long that they had a live stream. I think it's about a year or two old. But I'm gonna get on there, take a look, and to really see it and analyze his interactions. I find it very hard to make an assumption off of anybody if I can't meet them and talk to them and gauge their in-person reaction. So that's usually how I can make a.
But here's my thing though. A lot of people said that about SBF though.
That is true too. That is true, and you gotta remember some people are really good at that game. So just gotta be careful out there. But that's why I always say never risk more than you can lose. Because if you get it and you don't mind if it's gone, then it's not going to hurt you if it does disappear. But shout out to Freedom Fighter. No, you burn your tokens. Then when the contract is over, you mint new tokens and the supply increases. You haven't done your deep research. Shout out to Caddy.
I
Welcome
have.
into the stream. Glad to have you in here. Another longtime supporter. It's all on the chain, and all data is there and shown. Okay, well, we're gonna have to really do a deep dive on it. But like I said, Hex has been around for a long enough time. Like, there's a lot of information that you do have to sift through. But that's part of investing. You gotta do long stretches of research in order to be able to see where you're going, to see if it's something's a viable investment. But earlier on, Cody, you were sending me some info about the gaming, like the play to
The
earn.
gaming sector, off the topic of Hex, the gaming sector has a lot more growth. The gaming sector of crypto, the way we're moving with gaming is going to need some type of blockchain technology to it because we have a lot of microtransactions. The way players are with skins and buying rare items, this
Mm-hmm.
is becoming the new way of gaming. And crypto gaming is currently at an $8 billion market cap, and a lot of people predict that it could go to 100 billion next bull run. And if you guys didn't know, 100 billion was the total market cap of all crypto in 2018. That was the market cap of all crypto in 2018, 100 billion. And it's crazy that the gaming sector will hit that, just the gaming sector alone. People are calling for those valuations. If you look at last bull run, the gaming sector, all gaming tokens, every single one of them hit a crazy valuation. You had Ultra, you had Magic, you have Engine, you have Matic, you have all of these different coins that hit crazy valuations last bull run. And what we're looking at is another repeat of that. Even with Engine and Matic, with the SEC calling them
Hmm.
securities, we still have people having faith in those projects. And gaming crypto is just, it's not a thing of the past. If anything, it hasn't even started.
Exactly, and it's like I think it's going to really take off if, depending on how GTA 6 goes with its pay to play and things like that. Sorry, I'm just in here. I'm going through something at the moment. Um, yeah, it's if the GTA 6 either adopts an already existing crypto or they make their own, it's definitely going to spark a significant interest in it. Um, I hear talks about it. I know that they're going to do in-game NFTs, and they're already talking to the SEC. Although, even though talking to the SEC about clarification isn't really going to help at this point because they don't know what they're doing. Um, but it's they're working with them. They're working with a couple blockchains to see what they can do and how to make it viable. So if they go, I can think if they go and launch that, then I know another video game manufacturer will start to launch it, as well as you'll probably see it with
All it takes for a domino effect is just one big company making a move. Look at what Fortnite did. Fortnite made the move on battle passes. Fortnite made the
Mhm.
moves on battle royale. Fortnite is the reason why battle passes and battle royale was really hit heavy on the map. And there is other battle royale games. I'm not saying don't say I'm saying Fortnite started that. No, I'm just saying Fortnite was the one who really put that on the map. And if a company like Fortnite can make something big like that, think about blockchain. Think about a company using blockchain, a big gaming company we all know about. Let's just
Mhm.
say if Fortnite started doing it, because if you ask me, Fortnite is the perfect candidate for gaming cryptos. It's just the perfect candidate. Let's just say Epic Games did something to where you can use blockchain technology on the. There's like a closed market for skins people resell on, and you use ETH to buy them. Like that would change everything.
Exactly, and
It just makes one move like that, not a bunch of companies, just one company.
yep, that's all it does. It just takes one positive piece of momentum to get the ball rolling. Shout out to Levon. Here comes two plugs. Lagatos, Google it. Next thing is Super Tech. The fan base. Oops, it got it. App fan base is in Play Store. It has instant monetization, no shadow banning. Biggest problems with gaming and crypto is cheaters abusing it. Yes,
Yeah,
that is true. That will happen. Although they're kind of going to be everywhere. And shout out to Levon when you get the app fan base. Go to the audio chats to learn many ways to get paid. I have to start. I have to start these oil paintings. Talk to you later, guys. Hey, well, thanks, Levon. Glad to have you in here, and glad to see that you're starting your journey in crypto and investing. But glad to have you in here, buddy. Thanks for your support and joining, and thanks for the follow. Shout out to Crypto Stocks Forex. Thanks for the follow as well. Glad to have you in
hey,
here.
so I do want to recommend you pull up this one coin though, since you're on Coin Market Cap. Look up Ad Shares. It's a part of the gaming sector. It's AD and then shares.
Okay.
Ad Shares right there. And look at the description, and pretty much it's about implementing. Well, I'd have to read it with you too. Decentralized advertising Web3 protocol provide blockchain-based ad software to the ad tech industry. Ad shares a self-contained ecosystem with interconnected components, the main ones being the blockchain and the protocol. Here, the blockchain is responsible for transmission of payment transactions, while the protocol stands for transmissions of advertising information that operates based on the blockchain. The protocol enables advertisers to manage all their digital advertising from one place and helps creators and publishers to monetize their space in the metaverse, blockchain, NFT. And the metaverse, you can laugh at where it is right now, but knowing how hard life is, like I'm a social person. Like I love talking to people. I consider myself a social butterfly, but not everybody is that way. And in the metaverse, it is just so easy to communicate with people without having to deal with the physical realm and all of that. And I just see the metaverse just getting popular, kind of like Roblox. Like, just give it time. You'll see things like ad shares, people making money off ads. And this is why this token stands out to me, because we need something like that.
Exactly. Well, that makes a good point. You know what? I'm gonna put it on my follow list and add it to my watch list. So that way we can keep tabs on this and see where we're going. Because right now it sits at 75 cents. But like I said, anything with good utility and a good value that they can add to the community and to
Can you
the
show
verse. I'm sorry, go ahead.
can you show the tokenomics?
Where's the tokenomics?
Go scroll up, and then you see that see more on the bottom on the price statistics. Go up.
Where oh,
Yeah,
right
that show more. Yep.
here. Okay.
And then you'll see the all-time high and the supply and all that.
Okay,
Oh,
there we
there is a capped supply. That is nice.
go. Total
Okay, there's
supply. Yeah. What's out there is already circulating.
38 million, it says.
38,758. 38,758,206.
That's a low supply.
That is.
Yeah, I like ad shares. I'm really thinking about ad shares. So, like just the whole. I want to put $1,000 into ad shares. Can you see if it's compatible with Ledger? If you go to see more and you go to wallets, I think you'll be able to see if Ledger's on there, because I really like this project. That's the addresses. If it's Ledger compatible, dude.
I know that the wallet's usually down somewhere there.
Go to more info. Do you see that more info on the bottom there? By price estimates?
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yep. I think it's only in Trust Wallet and MetaMask.
You see wallets right there on the bottom? Look, wallets.
Yep.
Yep.
Blockchain, MetaMask, and Trust Wallet. So I don't think it's supported yet by Ledger or any other. I know it's not on Arceus. Shout out to Caddy. Is Gala a good token in the gaming sphere? And what coin are you talking about at 75 cents? We're talking about ad shares, ADS. So if
it's
you guys
an ad revenue service for the metaverse and Web3.
Exactly. And if you guys wanted to add that to your watch list, I definitely did for myself. And I will look more into it to see if it's something that I want to add into my portfolio.
Not only that, it has a capped supply, and it's not in the billions; it's at the millions. And we're not shilling anything to you guys. We're just talking about gaming crypto and the metaverse, because gaming crypto will be a huge narrative next bull run, whether you like it or not.
Exactly, and it is going to be a good investment, I think. But I'm just going to keep an eye out on it and see how it behaves in the next month, and then decide if I want to start dollar cost averaging in. And it looks like I'm getting some notifications for my stocks too. It looks like we're having a rough day in the stock market too to start. Some of my picks have already down about 16%. So pretty interesting to see. But like I said, with Cody and I, we don't play with playing money. We play with real money, and we have our own money and our own investments on the table for it. Shout out to Do Your Own Research. Glad to have you back in here. Thanks for all your support. and joining in. And shout out to Asset Printer. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate that. Um, it looks like if you guys wanted to put ad shares in your watch list, we definitely can do that. Uh, I have certainly put it into my watch list to see where it's going and when it would be a good time to get into a good buy. Although it is looking like if we go back to the overview and go to all, it looks like it kind of peaked at its high. When is this? About last year, about about 450, $5, and we just kind of been going down, down, down. But now we're back down to 76. So we'll have to see in how this is behaving trade wise and everything. We can take a look at it on KuCoin because I think it should still show up on here. Yep. So let's go back for the 15-minute. So yeah, it's definitely got quite a bit of sell pressure in the last few hours. Yeah, I can see this is gonna, but I do see a lot of large buy orders. I mean, there's one in here for 62,000, one in here
For ad shares?
for ad shares. Yeah, 66,000, 21,000. There's a 3,900, 600. Seems like people are buying good chunks of it. And then, but there's a decent amount of sale pressure, but I see only one really big one, but that's about it. So it looks like we have just a little bit of sell pressure, but we'll have to see where it's going.
I found out about ad shares last night, and ever since I found out about it, I've just been doing tons of research. And it's just if you're gonna have Web3 running and you're gonna have a metaverse, you gotta have an ad revenue platform. That's just how it
Mhm.
works.
Exactly. Exactly. If you guys are trying to join live on TikTok, just send a quick message in the chat so I know that it's you and not someone trying to do some degenerate stuff. So, because we are streaming live on all things on all platforms, so I'm not trying to get I already got Twitch set up. I'm not trying to get it shut down in like a week or so. So, but we do appreciate all your support. Keep the comments coming. Keep your questions coming. We got a little bit more time before I have to head out of here and start my day with my moving company and everything, and getting some things done before I go to a big meeting I have later today. With that being said, though, it's I'm probably gonna make a decision. I'm probably gonna drop my Crow entirely since I don't need to stake it anymore for the card. I think I'm just going to drop it all entirely, and I might use that to pick up some of my watch list coins, such as Litecoin, maybe a little bit more Ethereum, and probably dump quite a bit of this into ads.
Yeah, I was just about to say drop a little bit into ads, but Litecoin and Ethereum are good ones because if you look at Litecoin, Litecoin hit like a double top. And what I mean by double top is it hit its all-time high of like 460 in the 2018 bull run, and then literally in 2021 it hit that same exact price again and then dumped.
Yep. Yep, and it's been around for quite a while. Um, Shout out to Joan. Thanks for joining in. Really appreciate your comments. You have any Matic or ADA in Robinhood? I don't have either of those coins. I have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Quant, XRP, Dot, Atom, and Link right now. And I don't use Robinhood for my crypto. I usually buy it off of Uphold or Coinbase, and then I transfer it to my hard wallet. And Cody does the kind of the same thing. We don't really keep anything on Robinhood. I don't think Robinhood's a good platform for crypto.
No, it's not, definitely.
So, but if you do have it on Robinhood, they do allow you to move it. So I would suggest moving it off of Robinhood and into a hard wallet. Definitely get yourself a Nano Ledger X or like an EliPal or like an Arceus wallet or use one of the digital wallets. But make sure you get it off the custodial wallet on Robinhood because that can only end badly for you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. That's good to hear, Joan. You move digital. That's definitely good. Uh, but with that said, I don't keep any of it on Robinhood. I usually get it off of Uphold, especially since almost all the coins on Uphold can be moved right off pretty quickly. Shout out to Joan again. I know a guy that lost all his money on Coinbase. Are you referring to Coinbase, the company on the stock, or he left his crypto on Coinbase and he got hacked and stolen? Um, but either way, you got to be careful with what you invest in. Coinbase is taking a beating. It took a huge beating over the last couple of years, but I think that was just due to overhyping what Coinbase is. But now is probably a good time to dollar cost average in, as it will be hitting some new lows with the SEC lawsuit and everything involved in it. But we'll have to see how it goes. But it is one of the coin. Like I can tell you right now, it is one of the exchanges. I have 850 shares totaling right now for 40 almost 47,000 in value. Is probably taking a hit today as the entire stock market is taking a little bit of a nosedive at the moment. But that's always good. I always view it as a good way to start buying in and start dollar cost averaging in and reducing my average price that I purchased at and increasing my long term profits. Shout out to Logan. Welcome back in. Glad to have you in, brother. Hope you're enjoying your day. Thanks for all your support and everything. Uh, Back to Gala. We're going to take a quick look at Gala because I really don't pay a lot of attention to it. Um, but I know it had a real good peak during the bull run, and I remember a lot of people were talking about it, and it was part of a lot of things, but a lot of gaming projects. But then ever since then, it just kind of petered off. But we're still nowhere near where its initial ICO was. But at 2 cents, it could make a good comeback with the bull run. But other than what I'm watching on it as far as trade value, that's all I really pay attention to it. Cody, do you have any thoughts on Gala?
Do I have any thoughts on Gala?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done any research on Gala, but I need to.
So I guess it'll just be one of the things we just got to do more research on, and because I mean, there's just so much stuff you guys ask for, and I wish I was a crypto encyclopedia and knew every single coin that was out there, but it's just impossible. Shout out to Joan, got to buy Spy. You're the second person today to say that. Let me see here. You want a question? Just answering. Question for my moving side. So, and shout out to Logan. Good morning, homie. Have a great day, bro. Make that bag. Absolutely. And I hope everybody makes their bag and gets to where they want to be. Um, Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Why would responding to Joan? Why would you buy Spy, especially right now? And shout out to Oxymoron. Makes sense every time. Follow. Thanks for the follow. Glad to have you in here. Really appreciate the support there. Um, let's take a quick look at Spy because that was like the third comment that I've seen on it. Uh, Something called Smarty Pay. Well, it doesn't look good already. Okay, well, first of all, I gotta say that is the weirdest chart I've ever seen.
That is a weird ass chart.
That is a weird chart. I don't even know what to make of this chart here. If you guys are looking on YouTube, like I've never seen a plateau before in trading. Like, what happened here? It's like, did it just get to a point and then like nobody, not one person bought or sold for 18 hours? My goodness. So it looks like it was down here at
What the hell is that?
0.009 and then it went up to 0.001. It's like it went up and then it dropped. It almost looks like a setting for like pump and dump. Like people bought, and it stopped. Only a few people bought. What's the volume on this? 150,000 in 24 hours. Market cap only 94,000. How do we trade 150,000? So market cap of 93,000. Yeah, I have to say that's an interesting thing. But if I take a look at all, it's down here in the gutter. Um, yeah, this looks like this was a rug pull,
Oh yeah.
just up and SPY went all the way down. But I have never seen a chart like this for a day. Never in my life have seen a chart like that. That is rare, but it's only on about 3,000 watch list. So I'm thinking this was a rug pull. Let's see if we could pull up.
Should have been watching.
That's a good question. Freedom Fighter, was he talking about S&P 500 ETF called SPY? I actually didn't even think about that. I was just assuming crypto. You're gonna have to give us some clarification on that, Joan, so we can answer that one. We're gonna have to get some clarification on that one. But it doesn't look like. I don't know what's.
So you know what I've been thinking of?
What's that?
I want to make a. Hold on. Had to sneeze. Shoot. Okay. What I was trying to say is before I sneezed, I want to make a portfolio for people, and it's not telling people what to invest in. I just want to make a portfolio that I would choose in my own opinion. And if I had $10,000, I would put 5,000 of it automatically into Ethereum, and then I'd put 2,000 of it into Quant. So we're now at $7,000, and then actually 3,000 of it into Quant. So now we're at $8,000, and then put the rest of the $2,000 into the gaming sector.
Okay.
That's how I would use 10,000. If I had $10,000 cash right now, 5,000 into Ethereum, 3,000 into ETH, and then the other 2,000 spread out into gaming, all into gaming coins, like buying all the gaming coins with $2,000.
Exactly. And well, looking at this white paper for Smarty Pay token, I am going to say this was probably a rug pull. I don't think there's
It's a rug pull.
action going on with it, but
The difference between that and Hex is a smarter rug pull that can recruit a cult. That can't recruit a cult. Hex has a cult because Richard Hart, and they're smart enough to know that what we're doing will bring in people who are cult like. You know, this does not have that. This is just obvious rug pull. Hex is almost like BitConnect, where it promises people like financial freedom and oh, I'm a good cause, you know. It's another BitConnect, but this is obvious. And I bet a lot of people, some of the people watching the stream don't even know about BitConnect because BitConnect happened many years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. LOL, everything was a cult. Tesla, Bitcoin. That's true. Tesla definitely has its own cult following.
Yeah, but you don't
As
see the CEO of Tesla calling himself a good cause and how he's promising returns like Richard Hart. That's the difference.
yeah, all have been called cults before. Just it's definitely if you talk to any Bitcoin maxis, it's a definite cult. Shout out to Caddy. No XRP in your portfolio. I think that Cody was kind of going over a test, like a hypothetical portfolio. I right now do have XRP in my portfolio. It's my third highest holding on value. Cody sold his XRP for what was it? Those names? I forget.
No, so about in I'd say in February, and I sold XRP way too early, but I had something come up in my life to where I needed the money, and at the time I didn't take out any other coin. I just said
Mhm.
XRP because I'm not taking out my quant. XRP was just the one to go because I realized I can accumulate it later while this SEC case is going on. With other coins, I didn't really see that opportunity. I thought, that XRP just was a special case of I can sell it and I'll buy more later. And I was true about that because it still hasn't moved and it's still in its lawsuit. So that's the only reason why I sold it, was because it's in the lawsuit. I'll be able to buy back later. I just need the money right now. But you're not supposed to take out of your investments for bills or anything. I just had
Mhm.
some legal trouble come up over some stupid crap. But yeah, I'm never taking out of my crypto ever again. I've been steady dollar cost averaging. I've been in this market for 2.5 years. And I mean, that's the only time I ever took out for a bill or emergency.
Oh, there you go. Answers from the source. Shout out to Oxymoron. Top 13 game token coins y'all have invested.
Ad shares is number one. Ultra is number two. And pull up Ultra real quick so I can show people what I'm talking about. But Ultra is a good one because it can do more than 12,000 transactions per second. It's extremely fast. And I'm even in the Ultra Telegram group. And Ultra has some experience in the gaming industry for sure. I like Ultra. I like Ad shares. And I like Magic. Magic is a good one too. A lot of people are like, "What the hell is Magic?" when I talk about Magic, but Magic's a gaming token, and it is promising. So Magic, Ultra, and Ad shares. That would be my first three to start my gaming portfolio.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm kind of in line with that, although I haven't really paid much attention to the gaming community until I got word of uh, GTA GTA 6 getting involved with NFTs and everything. So that's where it's going. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Uh, sounds like the average hex hater. Cody sounds like the average hex hater. They all say the same thing and have the same points.
But
Shout
using your logic, you sound like this average hex holder with the same talking points. So I mean, it goes both ways, man. I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just saying hex is an obvious scam, and other people are saying the same thing. And it's not just based off what other people are saying. This is my own research. Hex and it's scamming. The way it's set up, it's a Ponzi scheme, and only time will prevail. Only time will show this.
Yeah, like I said, we can only go through time, but hey, there's many people that thought SBF wasn't a fraud, and he turned out to be a fraud.
Exactly. There were so many people that was praising SBF, and I bet he's thinking, well, this is not SBF. It doesn't matter. I mean, look at his website. It is obvious material. Richard Hart is easy for vulnerable people. For vulnerable people, Richard Hart pulls them in because Richard Hart flaunts his wealth, he flaunts his cars, he flaunts his net worth, and he promises returns. You can't sit there and promise returns. How are you going to promise returns to
Well,
people? He's saying that he's a good cause and his token will enrich people. You're not supposed to say that. A token's not supposed to do that. That is in line with the SEC's target list.
exactly. And as having a Series 7 license, I can't guarantee any type of returns. I can only show you my past performance and my average performance and say this is what I expect to do. I can't promise you anything.
When
Um,
you're a vulnerable person and you look at something like Richard Hart, and I know this because I remember, I'm still young, but I remember when I was 18 and 19, I fell for forex scams. I did. I fell for people trying to recruit me and get into forex. And Richard Hart reminds me of those same type of people that does the forex recruiting. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Exactly. Well, let me just move on real here because we got a lot of comments coming in. Shout out to Uncle Haya. Welcome back to stream. Glad to have you in. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Quoting, it's a Ponzi scheme. Richard, a scammer. Hex is a cult. Shout out to Do Your Own Research. Hex gains are in the rear view. Some people made money, but nothing goes up forever. Check out Wilder World Wild. Uh, Oxymoron, move what you ponder. Okay, we'll get into those in a second. And well, we might have to get those into there because I do see a lot of text coming in as well. Um, Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Never said Hex will go up forever. What were his shout out to Red? Thank welcome back to the stream. What were his three gaming tokens? It was ads, magic, and
Ultra.
ultra. Ultra was the ones he was looking at. But we do appreciate all your guys' things. And shout out to Freedom Fighter. SPF did everything off chain exactly. That was part of the big problem. Um,
Richard Hart has even insulted people, and Freedom Fighter kind of reminds me of Richard Hart because Richard Hart would get on screen. He's a very unprofessional guy, and when other people would ask him challenging questions, he either ignores it or he insults people. Like, why would you do that? That is the epitome of unprofessional. I've seen Richard Hart literally insult people, dude, and Freedom Fighter kind of reminds, like, is Freedom Fighter Richard Hart? Like, that's my question, because he kind of reminds me of Richard Hart.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we're that big to have that one. You watched one interview and called it research. Well,
I
I
didn't
can
watch
tell you.
one interview. I watched multiple. He
Okay,
insults people.
okay. So here's what I'll do to end this debate between Cody and Freedom Fighter. Is all I can say is I have to watch personal mannerisms on that, and what I can say is I'm going to have to watch probably try to find every single interview, which is probably going to be hundreds of hours of interviewing, and really watch his mannerisms. So give me about, I'd say probably about a couple weeks. Let me do like 3 to 4 hours of research a night, and I'll come back. We'll do one whole stream just on Hex, Hex and Pulse Chain. That's what we'll do, and it'll be all on Richard Hart. And I
I
will.
think Gary. I think Gary Gensler needs to be focusing on Hex instead of Cosmos and Solana. That's just my opinion.
Well, true, but right now I think he's even more degenerate than Richard Hart, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But shout out to Crypto
True.
Man. Good morning, guys. Happy belated Father's Day. Well, I don't think Cody is a father, but neither am I. So, but
I'm
we
too
do.
young, man. I'm only 22.
But I do have some guys. I have a guy that just turned 18 working for me that has a 4-month-old. So it's a crazy thing. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Let's go. Can't wait. I know you can't wait on that. But if you want to, Freedom Fighter, I'll let you join in live so you and Cody can definitely speak your piece. And we
I'd
can
be
go
willing
from
to
there.
debate because my debate is he's a Ponzi schemer. And if you can prove me wrong, I am willing to admit that I'm wrong. But based off what I know about Ponzi schemes, based off what I know about textbook Ponzi schemes and how Richard Hart is and how he insults people and his mannerisms, I mean, dude, I mean, it's obvious. I would never
Exactly.
put my hard-earned money into something like that.
Well, like I said, as far as me being in the business world for 20 years, there are some red flags that Richard Hart has, but I can't discern anything for sure without being in front of the person. So this is the first time in a long time where like we're trying to ascertain whether someone's scamming without meeting them in person. Whereas in the past, every single Ponzi scheme, Bernie Madoff, all the other ones, you got the chance to meet them in person and you were able to pick up on visual cues and tie them to their behavior and their words and their actions. So that's where I kind of have to do it. But since I can't meet Richard Hart, it's going to be a little hard for me. I'm going to do the next best thing, which is watch all the videos and things he's been into. So I'm going to do my best to try to do as much research as I can, and then we're going to do a live stream in about 2 weeks for you. Shout out to Red. I've heard from everyone that Hex is a scam. I've heard that too from everybody, but like I said,
That's
even
what
with
makes
Bernie Madoff,
it.
there were people that made money with him too. I'm sorry, Cody. Go ahead.
And this, I didn't just hear people say it was a scam and I said Hex and Pulsate and Richard Hart's a scam. That's not what I did. I dug in, I watched multiple interviews, and Richard Hart, he looks like one of those fat scammers. Like, I'm sorry, but he's just one of those, like, people who are just very over the top with their wealth. And it is a good thing to show your wealth. Don't get me wrong. Like showing your wealth, it shows that you have some credibility. But the way Richard Hart does it and the way he just questions it, it's almost like narcissism in a way. Like you don't understand my project. Oh well, you're stupid, dude. It's almost like what Freedom Fighter's doing. He's kind of like a Richard Hart.
Shout out to Uncle Haya. Read people, take a walk in the park. Definitely a good way to start learning how to read people. Shout out to Crypto Mike. Honestly, we're all in this space to make money. I know a Hexican may put 2K in and made 250K. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can make a trade even off of something that could be a rug pull, but we also have to remember when we see a rug pull, if it has already ended, let's not put our money into it and hope that it goes up.
Make your money and get out, but I just don't see how Hex could be seen as a long-term investment, especially since it's a bootleg Ethereum. He literally just tried to copy Ethereum. Like, it's not going to work out that way.
Well, like Cody said, only time will tell, but we all have to do our due diligence and our research and really understand where we want to invest and what we want to do. And my philosophy is always I'm not going to invest in anything until I fully understand what's going on and where the project's going, who the people are involved, and where the money's going. Once I understand that and how they make profit, then I will make my investment choice. But with that said, we are cutting a little longer than I anticipated. I do have to start my day here. I got a pretty busy day to get going. But hey, thanks for everybody joining in. We will be back in on the same time tomorrow, 8:30 in the morning. If you are curious about our Patreon, definitely go to the link above in the bio in TikTok. It goes right to the Patreon, or you can go in the description if you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. We're definitely on there. You can go in there if you want to support us. Definitely a good way. We also go over a lot of things in there that I will be posting, such as buy orders, my in-depth analysis on there, and maybe like a recorded session of just me and Cody going back and forth about investments and things like that, as those can tend to be gold moments that we miss on these live streams. So, and also any exclusive interviews and content will be posting soon on there as well. So you want to make sure you start joining the Patreon for that. But thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Shout out to Ace. What's up, guy? Welcome back in. Glad to have you in there. Shout out to Crypto Mike. I think Richard Hart is a smart guy, but he is very cocky and causes everyone faded him he had. Okay, I'm a little clueless on the colloquialism, but
Yeah,
yeah, he is
Richard,
a
I will
little
say
rough
this
around
about
the
Richard
edges.
Hart. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, Cody.
I will say this about Richard Hart. When it comes to people quitting smoking and quitting drinking and the thing, and this is why Richard Hart has a mixed group of audience. He doesn't just talk about crypto. He talks about life and he talks about why you should quit bad habits. I agree with Richard Hart on that. I think that's the good side of Richard Hart. Talking about quitting alcoholism, quitting smoking, I agree. But when it comes to him insulting people, and not only just insulting people, just how he is with his project and how the staking works. The staking, you cannot tell me that there's no upper echelon. There's like hierarchy, and it's almost just like a Ponzi scheme, like the staking works and how the currency works. And overall, that's just Ponzi scheme-ish. But when it comes to him talking about life and him talking about quitting your bad habits, that's what I like from Richard Hart.
Exactly.
I will say that is the good side of Richard Hart, talking about quitting bad habits. But then again, how are you going to talk? How are you going to tell people to stop gambling when Hex itself is a gamble with Ponzi written all over it? It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Well, with that said, shout out to Freedom Fighter. He has a self help book. Has a self help book. Bet you didn't know that, Cody.
I knew that.
Uncle Haya, he's got LOL. But hey, thank you guys for your support. I do keep. I'm going to see if I can make up a countdown So we know when that live stream on Hex will come, and I'll give you guys a update on it as we go, because it's definitely going to be interesting. I know you guys are waiting to see Cody and Crypto Mike go at it. And Crypto Mike, you don't even have to cam up. You can join in just speak your opinion directly. That way, you're both on the same platform, and we can
I'm
talk.
ready for it. I mean,
You
I'm like I said, I'm willing. If Hex proves me wrong and Hex is really not a Ponzi scheme and Richard Hart is really a good cause and all of these things are true, then I will say, you know what, I was wrong. But you can't just sit here and promise people all of these things. You just can't. You can't just sit here and call your own self a good cause
Mhm.
when and promise returns and like look at his website. It's the most like I've never looked at a personal website and just cringe. And I didn't even have a preconceived notion of Richard Hart. I never had an opinion of him before I saw his website. What started giving me the bad vibes is his website and how it looks, and then I dug deeper and deeper, and I'm like, nope.
Well, we'll just have to do a deep dive into it and take it from there for you guys. So I hope we can make that a really good one for you. Thank you guys for all your support and everything that you're doing for us. We will be coming back tomorrow. So if you do have any questions, you can just message me on TikTok. You can message me on Instagram and Facebook, and I can definitely answer. Or if you guys have any topics that you'd like us to cover, you can definitely message them there as well. But thank you guys. Well, check you guys later. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate all your support and everything. Glad to have you guys in here. We do, and Cody and I just like to do this and do it for fun. So we really appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel, 8:30 a.m. Central Time, as we go over more info and things like that. And I'm going to get a lot of things set up, but don't forget, help support us out. Cody's definitely doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and really we're trying to take the stream to the next level. And thanks guys to all those who did sign up for the Patreon. You have supported us. I'm getting some new mics and stuff like that. My goal is to hopefully have this kind of take care of itself, so that way we can have a nice place to conduct our interviews at and everything else like that. So, but with that said, guys, respect the process, do your research, make sure you don't invest more than what you're comfortable losing. And as always, like and support and give us a subscribe on YouTube. Link is in the bio on TikTok, or just go to the link in the description and give us a nice shout out. Thank you guys, and we definitely appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys.